Hi, welcome to Yoga with Colleen. I've had some requests for some even shorter yoga snacks, so I'm going to attempt to keep this under 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start in a wide leg child's pose, arms stretching out in front of you, feeling that hollowing out of the armpits, maybe allowing the inside of the elbows to point up towards the ceiling a little bit. And then walking the left hand on top of the right. Finding a side body stretch here. Moving through the center, coming to the other side, right hand on top of the left. And then coming back into center, allowing the sits bones to move up towards the ceiling, knees come under the hips, coming into our puppy dog pose, forehead comes down to the mat, feeling a spreading across the upper back. And then threading the needle here, bringing the right arm underneath the left. And switching to the other side. Left arm comes under the right. Maybe walking the right hand a little bit further away from the body. And then coming back up to our tabletop position. We'll take a couple rounds of cat-cow. And then we're going to walk the hands forward about a handprint and a half. Press, tuck the toes, press the sits bones up to the ceiling. Find yourself in down dog. Allowing the heels to move down closer to the floor. Allowing the head to be heavy. Pressing through all of the fingerprints, finger pads. Trying to not dump into the wrists here. And then inhale, we'll roll forward to plank. Exhale, press back up to down dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, press back up to down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, press back up to down dog. This time we're going to roll forward to plank and hold our plank. And we're going to bring our right knee to our right elbow for a touch. Left knee to left elbow touch. Right knee, right elbow touch. Left knee, left elbow. 3 more. And then press back up to your down dog. Walking the hands all the way back to the feet, allowing the feet to be wide, bringing them to the edges of your mat. Allow the head to be heavy, relaxing the shoulders, returning to the breath. Allowing the right hand to plant underneath your face, bringing the left arm up towards the ceiling, maybe gaze follows. Left hand comes down, taking place of the right. Right arm reaches up. left hand to come back down. We're gonna bring the fingers to interlace at the lower back. Press the hands up away from the back. And then gently releasing, hands coming down to the mat. Gonna walk the feet in closer together, bringing the toes to touch. Heels can be slightly apart, and find our chair pose here. Maybe finding that slight tuck in the pelvis, arms come up by the ears. Hands come to heart center, allowing the right elbow to come to the outside of the left leg, pressing into that right elbow, pressing into the hands for a little leverage. Maybe gaze is up towards the ceiling. Making sure your right knee is not pushing out in front of the left knee, keeping them even. And then back to center, moving to the other side. And then allowing the knees to straighten, hands come down, finding a forward fold. And then walking the hands back up to our down dog, separating the feet here. Finding a round of breath. And then walking or hopping, we're gonna come to a seated position. How are we on time? Okay. And we're gonna come into our boat pose. Hands come to the backs of the legs. Knees come up into the air. You can stay like this. You can bring the arms out by your sides. You can straighten the legs. All good options. We're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring the legs in. Allow the left leg to come down onto the mat. Right foot comes to the outside of your left leg. If you have it the opposite way, that's okay. We'll do both sides, of course, because yoga is in part about evening out the body. So allowing the left arm to come around the right leg. Right arm reaches up behind you. And maybe gaze is over that right shoulder. And then inhale, finding length. Exhale, maybe getting a little deeper into the pose. And then without thinking about it, we're gonna walk the hands behind you and come down to the other side, making a little circle. If you didn't end up in the right pose, that's okay. You can just plant that opposite leg down on the mat and then bring that knee up, wrapping your arm around it. Inhale, hand comes up into the air, and exhale, gaze goes over that back shoulder. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, finding depth. And then gently releasing and coming back to a seated position here. We are exactly at 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me in practice today. Of course, if you have time, always find time for Savasana or any other poses. Namaste.